It's a cold shot stream, man. 38 degrees, 10:10 a.m. The lowest I saw was 29. And that was this morning, around 6:30ish when I fed the cats. And I tried to get back to sleep. I had 3 cats on me. They generally sleep next to me, but this morning, they were on me. It's cold. And I got no heat in my RV. I'm gonna go see about that. I have the propane. I'm trying to figure out if I have a propane leak, which would affect my heat. I've changed out the little connection on that. There's a video of it, actually. Then I had my friend that behind me kind of check that stuff with me months later, but a couple months from now, but months after I had done the change, and he had kind of felt too that it seemed to not be leaking, but then I left it on for a night, just the valve at the propane tank outside, and I kind of had a headache in the next morning. I was alive, which I attributed to the propane. Could or could not be. But I still may run it just to warm the place up and then turn it off or something tonight or today. I got all the shades pulled too, which I normally don't have. But this side where I normally keep, at the door. Let me reverse this. No need to watch me talking. That's all I got right now. But when I turned that on, that was 45 in here. Now it's 65. But that's probably just and it's nice in front of the space heater. But I was just back there with my boy Billy at the bed, and it was not 65. But that there, and that string broke. Used to be a string there, so I put it up. Usually keep it up with that. And then this one, but the sun hits the other side. But it is cold. Might have to break out the sleep. Well, I don't think it's going to be as cold tonight. I wasn't cold sleeping really, but it was kind of, I did contemplate breaking out the sleeping bag and draping that across the two. I just got that, it was all right. Don't do anything stupid, buddy, as in crawl up the front of my chest with your claws on, even though I'm wearing a sweater. I think I'm going to have a bacon sandwich, which is different, obviously, from a BLT. This is just toast and bacon. Straight up. Let's do this. Let's get some tunes going. And they'll either block my stream, take it down, or... Yesterday I did a good long stream in the afternoon where I played music, but then I put on a Joe Ely CD and listened to that. And in past times, they've stopped the stream if I'm playing music, a CD, which is bullshit. I'm a small-time player, and I'm just fucking... What's happening there, Jude? So I think the YouTube, when they take down your stream, if you're playing CDs and that you own in the background, when you're just a small-time player, even if you're a big-time player, it's just ridiculous. But I listened to the Joe Ely CD, and they didn't flag my stream. After you end your stream, they turn it into a recording, and a lot of times I'll get a flag if I play music in the background. Because, hey, if I'm not playing music, I like to be listening to music. And it's just, you're supposed to just stream in silence? And then I listened to this after, but I didn't. But this is great. If you've never heard of the Flatlanders, do yourself a favor. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. My number one, look at the double. My number one recommendation, which I have many for music, but this is number one, the Flatlanders. And this is Jimmy Dale Gilmore. He was if you've seen The Big Lebowski, He's on the bowling team, the guy with the long, straggly hair. That's Jimmy Dale Gilmore right there. He's the only one of them I've seen live. I saw him live at, what is it called? Flippers Smokehouse in Tampa with Dave Alvin from the Blasters. That's Joe Ely. He just died last, November. I really wish I could, because he was the one I was first a fan of. I had his CDs way back in the 90s. And I just never went and saw him live. And I see a lot of live shows. And that's Butch Hancock. These two guys are still alive. Well, yeah, he's the only one that's died. But he writes a lot of the songs that the Flatlanders play. But they all have their individual careers, and they all have individual CDs, which are fantastic. So the Flatlanders. And this was a live show recorded in a bar that they didn't even know was being recorded. It's pretty... it's not a professional recording, but it doesn't matter. Once you get into it, it doesn't matter. They do a couple Hank Williams tunes, couple Townes Van Zandt tunes, a couple of Butch's tunes, then some traditionals. Sam Cooke tune, Bring It On Home to Me. San Francisco Bay Blues. Hesitation Blues. Good stuff. Good stuff. Should we go with that? I was thinking, yeah, we'll go with that. I want to play some Albert Lee, though. But we'll start with this. It's where it all started. This first song, which is just number 1 on the CD, was recorded in 1927. Bristol, Virginia. The birthplace of country music. Bear Family. This is it's Carter family, but the Bear family, they're in Germany. They are the CDs they put out are the best. Best liner notes, most thorough documentation, as well as most thorough collection of the music, like getting all the songs. They're very respectable. What do you guys... So that silver thing there is like a sun reflector. But just last night, they always are laying on it. But I put it up in the window for a little extra insulation, and Big Billy there, Billy White Shoes, just put it in that position it's in. Which is not the position I wanted it in. At least that quickly. Hello, Tiffany. They're the real Mango Mustard. Love the name, dude. What's up, bro? Mean Mr. Mustard. It's not a reflection on you. It's a Beatles song. A good one. It's on the medley. The Abbey Road medley. I'll play it for you right now. It's a favorite of mine. More or less in tune. Mean Mr. Mustard sleeps. Mean Mr. Mustard shaves in the dark. Sleeps in the park. Trying to... No, I think it goes the other way. Mean Mr. Mustard sleeps in the park. Shaves in the dark. Trying to save paper. Sleeps in a hole in the road. Only place I ever know. Such a mean old man. My fucking hands are frozen. Such a mean old man. His sister Pam works in a shop. She never stops. She's a go-getter. Takes him out to look at the Queen. Only place that he's ever been. Always shouts out something obscene. such a mean old man. Such a dirty old man. You should see Polythene Pam. She's so good looking, but she looks like a man. You should see her in drag, just in a polythene bag. You should see Polythene Pam. See Polythene Pam. You should see her dressing Jack with a kilt. She kill a dealer when she dresses a kilt. She's the kind of the girl that makes the blues of the world. You should say she was attractively built. Say she was attractively built. She came in through the bathroom window, protected by a silver spoon. And though she thought I knew the answer, I gotta get the words down to that one. But I'll tell you, it is cold. I'm in Florida, by the way. Central Florida. Between Bradenton and Lake Okeechobee on the north, even with the north shore of Lake Okeechobee in Arcadia, State Road 70. And it was cold and windy last night, and I have no heat in my RV, which about 350 something days a year is no problem. This is my first winter in the RV. I have no hot water either, which again isn't really a problem. You know, I'm at an RV park. They have a nice shower, so I do shower in hot water. The only thing is, on a day like this, last thing you want to do is, like I have a scooter I cruise around on, is cruise down there and cruise back. It's warm. She came in through the bathroom window, protected by a silver spoon. Though she did her best to help me, by the side of the moon. All right, I'm gonna write the words down to that song today. Didn't anybody tell her? Didn't anybody see? Sundays on the phone to Monday, Tuesdays on the phone to me. And so I quit the police department and got myself a steady job. Though she tried her best to, she could steal, but she could not rob. My brain is frozen. My brain is frozen. Not that cold. God. Grew up in Massachusetts. Plenty of cold mornings. But I'm down here because I don't want those any longer. Come down off your throne, leave your body alone. Somebody must change. You are the reason I've been waiting here so long. Somebody holds the key. Well, I'm near the end and I just ain't got the time. Oh, and I'm wasted and I can't find my way home. Can't find my way home. Can't find my way home. No, I can't find my way home. No, I can't find my way home. What are you doing, buddy? Well, I can go anywhere. Want to. I can do anything. Well, I can go anywhere. Want to. Well, I can do anything. Anywhere, anyhow I choose. Well, I can do anything. Well, I can go anywhere. Anywhere, anyhow I choose. It stands in my way. The Who. The Ew. Good tune. Good tunes. Good tunes. The Who. The Who. The Who, they kind of had a different career up till Tommy, you know, their earlier stuff. Then Tommy and Who's Next kind of are there, and then Quadrophenia. And then you had the Who by Numbers and Who Are You. That was it. If you can make any complaint about the Who, they just weren't all that prolific in the 70s. They kind of were, I don't know. And then Pete Townsend did his solo albums. But if you like the Who, but you've never listened to the Who Sellout, which is an album, that's their best album to me. It's the one I listen to the most. Quadrophenia is up there. My older brother had the Quadrophenia, so that was the album I got to know. So I know Quadrophenia pretty damn well. But the Who Sellout, they were making up their own commercials. And they were like, let's make commercials for things we want. So they like so there'd be a song, and then they'd do like a 30-second or a minute long commercial. So they did like Jaguar and Premier drums, and they just do like silly radio jingles. But they did one that they didn't put on the album. But then when the CDs came out, you got all the outtakes, which I use all the time. And it just is just Coke after Coke after Coke after Coca-Cola, Coke after Coke after Coke after Coca-Cola. Yay! And I sing that to myself out loud all the time because I do that a lot. I have Coke after Coke after Coke. I'm trying to cut down though. Every year is the same. Feel it again. I'm a loser. No chance to win. Sundown keeps calling, sundown keeps calling. Loneliness starts creeping in. but I'm one, but I'm yes, I'm one. And I can see that this is me, and I will be. You'll all see I'm the one. Where do you get those blue, blue, blue jeans? Faded, back secret, so tight. Where do you get that grown on so lean? Oh, and your hair are just right. 'Cause I'm one. Yeah, I'm one. And I can see this is me, and I will be. You'll all see I'm the one. I got a Gibson without a case. I can't get that even 10 look on my face. Going around, fingers too clumsy, voice too loud. Yeah, I'm one. I'm one. And I can see this is me, and I will be. You'll all see I'm the one. I'm the one. Yeah, I'm the one. I'm the one. Quadrophenia. Great album, great album. Great album, every friggin' song. Sea and Sand, Love Reign Over Me, The Real Me, Punk Meets a Godfather, Dirty Jobs, I Am the Man Who Takes Care of the Pigs. But they made a movie out of it in 1979, and that was Sting. Sting was in the movie. He was the Godfather. Before the Police. Sting's just one of those beautiful men. No, I'm not attracted to him, but he's just one of those guys like Brad Pitt that you're like, yeah, I can see why women like him. Not many men I would be comfortable saying that about. The other thing I like about Sting, he was on Conan one time, and somehow the topic of masturbation came up, and Sting's like, yeah, when I'm on the road, I use it. It helps me get to sleep because it releases those endorphins or whatever. That cleared the room. But if a guy like Sting has to masturbate or likes or finds it useful, I was like, it's okay. It's okay then. stuck inside these four walls, but sent inside forever, never seeing no one nice again like Mama, you, Mama. If I ever get out of here, thought of giving it all away to a registered charity. All I need is a pint a day. If I ever get out of here, ever get out of here. Well, the rain exploded in a heavy crash. Seemed no one else had come. The first one said to the second one there, I hope you're having fun. Land on the run, land on the run. The sailor Sam and jailer man will search for everyone for the band on the run. Band on the run. Band on the run. Band on the run. All right, I'm gonna make a bacon sandwich, which is pretty tasty. Been eating a couple BLTs recently, but we're gonna go with a full-on bacon. Oops, what did I do there? The Carter Family. This was recorded in 1927, Bristol, Virginia. Look at your map. Look where Bristol is in Virginia. It's way down in the north southwest corner down there. Pretty cool. You should look at maps. I don't think maps get looked at enough anymore. Just my personal opinion, doesn't prevent me from doing so. I highly recommend this one. National Geographic. Because it has like all the state parks and stuff, like you see all the green, those are like national forests and stuff, and it has all geographic formations that are interesting to look at. For instance, if you go to Oregon, and you go out to eastern Oregon, which not many people are in, most if you look at Oregon, most of it's all happening along the coast. But you will find, and I've done this, and I've been there, but places like, there's a thing called Crack in the Ground, which is literally like a crack in the ground, and I've walked in it. And there's the Lost Forest, which is, there's like, it's high desert out there in eastern Oregon, and it's just a desert, it's like sand. But there's like a fir forest out there of trees, and we can't really explain why it exists. I went out there and camped, but I got there at like midnight, and we're talking remote. So I pull in there and I set up my tent in like beautiful place, but it's pretty remote and it's pretty spooky. Fort Rock. It's like a rock formation, looks like a fort. It was on like the Oregon Trail. But that's, you know, you need a map that's going to tell you that, and that's GPS doesn't tell you that. I use GPS, don't get me wrong, but it's good to have the map, you know, when you're someplace and look at the map to see what's around that's, you know. So like a lot of times when I like you have a CD like this, and you know, I read a book about the Carter family recently because they're important in country music. So I wanted to get the real story. You know, and June Carter. So what you got here is you got A.P. Carter and Sarah Carter were a couple, and they had their daughter Maybelle, who played the guitar. She was the guitarist. Maybelle and Sarah mainly sang the songs, and A.P. would occasionally sing, but he went out and found the songs. They wrote their own songs, but he also went out and visited other people in other towns and in the hollers out there in, you know, the Appalachian Mountains, and collected songs from people who knew songs. He'd write them down, then they'd record them. And then June Carter, who married Johnny Cash, was Maybelle's daughter. But Maybelle was a kick-ass guitarist, man. And then, but sadly, AP and Sarah got divorced. She moved out to California. And they'd still occasionally recorded a little bit, but it was a little bit of tragedy there. Important stuff, though. You got to listen to something like this. You know, you got to want to listen to it. But also, you got to listen to it several times. And then all of a sudden, certain songs or melodies will kind of catch you, you know. Then you can go and play them by yourself on a guitar. And that's like happening right now. And it's still a legit song. Like, for instance, I went and saw Asleep at the Wheel 2 weeks ago in Fort Pierce, Florida, and they played a Carter tune, and it was just awesome. But Ray Benson, the lead singer, he incorrectly stated that this was recorded in 1925, and they didn't record anything in 1925. This is the first song on the comprehensive Bear Family Carter collection, and it's 1927. This is what this is from. It's a box set. I think it's 9 CDs. It's everything they recorded. That's Maybelle, Sarah, and AP. Look at her eyes, though. I think she was a blue eye. There's color photos of her, like in the 1970s on like the Johnny Cash Christmas special and stuff. You can check it out. She has like those shiny eyes, sort of thing. What's up, buddy? Relax, sweetie. Don't start climbing on me. Get that young cat, and you turn your back, and then next thing you know, he's crawling up your back, sticking his claws in you. You can get a little overzealous. What do we got here? When I turn this thing on, it's up to 70 inside my RV. It was 45 when I turned my space heater on this morning. It was cold. My cats were on me. Usually they're next to me. This morning they were on me. I guess I'm just a warm log. I've been called worse and liked it. Bacon. Good stuff. Who doesn't eat bacon? Is it the Muslims or the Jews? I forget. But whoever it is, you're missing out. And I don't care. I'll make fun of you for it. It's all in good fun. Oh, we're down. Let's see what we got here. We're going to make sure. We're at the point where we want to leave 2 sandwiches. It's not enough for one. There's too much for one. I want to make sure we have enough for another sandwich after today's little interlude. Bacon sandwich. I don't want no egg. Could go for egg, but I don't want to cook my eggs. I don't want to do the cooking or cleaning for an egg edition. And I don't have any. Sometimes a straight shot of bacon is exactly what you need. I'm going to make some bread, some toast. That's it. Woo! Alright, let me open something here, get some light in here. I used to have I've got space issues. The vacuum. The RV is really too big for the vacuum, but the hand vacuums just do not cut the mustard. So I've been reluctant. I moved out of my house in March. I've just been reluctant to get rid of the vacuum. Sweetheart, come here. Pain in the butt. Nice and warm though. All right, buddy, I gotta make some toast here, sweetie. Come on. He just wants to be held this morning. He wants to be held. Let's put and we can wait. Let's get the toast going and then put the bacon back. We're running behind. The bacon's cooking. Let's get that toast in there. See, now it's unbearable right in front of the space heater, but it's cold everywhere else we are. Let's oscillate. We've got oscillation. There we go. We're oscillating. I don't know about you, but we oscillate. All the cool people are oscillating these days. I'm just trying to oscillate with the best of them. was listening to this CD the other day and it just stopped on like track 4. No explained reason. Single Girl. People still record these songs. This is kind of one of the more known ones. Single Girl, Married Girl. Eunice Day. No idea, dude. Where are you at? Eastern Europe? Turkey? You got those funky letters in there. Eyüp Yunus, Yugoslavia. Sweetheart, relax, darling, please. It's driving me nuts. Oh, I must turn on the toaster. That's... You don't just put it in there and it works, I guess. Someday. I don't want my toaster to be that smart, though. I'm not hip to the smart devices. I really don't need that. I haven't found I'm needing for that. I don't think the time saved. We're looking at something taking 3 minutes versus 3.5 minutes or something stupid like that. Where's the rush, man? Where's the human race going? All right. The bacon is ready. Let's see if one of these is cold. That was just absolutely horrific. Good stuff. This isn't an advertisement. But Dole, if you're watching, call me. Call me. Whoa. Gonna find looking for some Albert Lee. One of the greatest guitarists alive. Played with Eric Clapton for many years. Maybe not many, but he's on that Something Tonight CD that Eric Clapton put, like 79, 80. This is all my Clapton stuff, some Yardbirds. Blind Faith. What is this? It's a newer one. It's all covers. Maybe not. I don't know if it is all covers, actually. Oh, my two young boys are in heat. I haven't got them fixed yet. This is good stuff. Phil Manzanera. He's the guitarist in Roxy Music. Good stuff. Roxy Music's good. And kind of unique. That's what's nice about something like that. Roxy Music was a bit of an anomaly. And I may be wrong. You know, there may be a whole bunch of bands that sound like them from the mid-70s in England. But as far as I know, they were the most popular. They got some really good tunes. You may know, what's the big one they had? Love is the Drug. They had a couple big ones. Avalon. See, this stuff's good, man. You just kind of relax, let it kind of soak in. Don't have any expectations for it, you know. You just let it, you adjust to the sound, you know. It's older, you know, recorded in late 20s. Oh, Mr. Vacuum, you're just in the way all the time. What's going on here? This isn't fucking toasting. Bacon. Good stuff. Get all that grease off there, and then we'll wash it. That's the key of the RV, though. You pretty much want to completely minimize as much as you can what's going down your sink, for obvious reasons. I can't resist. We got to have a piece of bacon. My goodness, perfect. Oh. Oh. Good stuff. $71 degrees around the space heater. I got a 29-foot RV, and they do the one end to the other, man, right down the middle. Then I got my mattress from home is in the back, standing up. A single mattress. They'll crawl up, they'll go right up. It was just in too good a shape when I moved to throw out. So I'll use that at some point when the mattress that came with the RV kind of wears down. I'll use that one till it wears down. That's the plan. It actually is nice. It covers up. I got a big window right in the back, and I have that right in front of it. Blocks out the sun. The sun hits that all day till afternoon sometime when it finally passes there. So I am looking north right now. My RV is, the front of it is west and the back is east. But they say when the Carter family was recording, mostly it'd be Sarah and Maybell at the microphone. And AP would like literally kind of just walk over to the microphone, sing like a background for a verse and walk away. I get a kick out of that. Real butter, man. That's what I go with. Kind of made that change in the past recent. In fact, I got 2 things of margarine sitting in my fridge that I don't touch anymore because I use butter. And for more interesting facts of me, stay tuned. What is this? This is good. Truly grass-fed. Again, not an advertisement, but if you're watching, call me. $700, 250 days on pasture. Where to put the last piece of bacon. All right. This is me. Oh, what's going on? There's a cat behind me. Simple pleasures. Yeah, I think it just stopped. No, it's just that song. It should come back on. For whatever reason, maybe it's the CD player or the balance. It's not completely flat. A lot of times it has to adjust and then it's fine. It's a pain in the butt. Pineapple. I got the pineapple and the pineapple orange. It's expensive, but it's the pure stuff. A 6-pack of these cost, I think it's $4.82 at Walmart and $4.99. I think it's over $5 now at Publix. It's funny because I started
When I first started buying them, which is only a couple months ago, they were cheaper at Publix. They were like $4.62, and in like 2 months they've gone. They went to like $4.80 something, then up over $5. So I only buy them when they're on sale. I'm a BOGO man. Kind of got my diet, the things I buy, for the most part. But they stop them. Like I like to get the Margaritaville shrimp, and I'll make pasta and do like a shrimp scampi. The little shrimps, but they used to do a BOGO, so it's $9.99, but you get two. Now this week at Publix, for the first time, they've just got a sale that it's like 8 something for one box. It's been a BOGO for months and months. You know, every 4 or 5 weeks they get the BOGO on that, so I'll get like 4 boxes or something. For the price of 2. That's pretty good. That's it, 2 good swigs. It's an expensive 2 big swigs. You guys, cats. It's funny, it's nice seeing the cats because of the cold. They're all like their furs kind of puffed out. I left my my water dripping all night, but it didn't help. When I went to the bathroom, went to wash my hands, and the water came out. You know, I got all the soap on it, but it was basically the water in the pipe in the RV, and then it just went to a trickle. Because the hose connected to the connection, being Florida, you have to elevate it to keep it off the ground because there's so many fire ants. Although they're not as bad in this RV park. The last one I was at, it was like all fire ants. But so obviously it's just a hose. So when it gets 29 degrees, that freezes pretty quick. But it's pretty fleeting in Florida. So we got a couple more days this week where it's going to be pretty cold, but I got a lot of sweatshirts that don't get a lot of use. Well, that was good. Just what the doctor ordered. Bacon's expensive. See, I only get that on the BOGO. I like the Oscar Mayer. And even then, I don't get it every time it's on BOGO. That'd been the first time I had bacon in a while. I bought 2 a month ago or so. Throw one in the freezer. But I find, you know, you're going to buy stuff that's a little more expensive, you know, relatively. But you just can't, if you're going to cut something out, the Oreos and shit got to go, you know? That's the stuff you want to get rid of. I'll occasionally break down and get a BOGO on the double stuff, like maybe once a year. And like I buy like the Pillsbury, the ready to bake cookies, you know. But you can eat them. I don't even cook them. I just usually just eat them, which it says on the package now, safe to eat. But I used to do it before they put that on there. But even that used to be like 3 something for a package, you know, like you got the 24 cookies, they already, or the roll. And now it's like 6 something. That happened like, you know, because of fuckhead Joe Biden. Democrats don't give a fuck about you, man. And don't get me wrong, I don't think Republicans are like the answer, but they've at least, most of the Republicans have lived in the real world, as in they've run companies, they had jobs. None of the Democrats have. When they want more money, they just decide they're going to take it from us. So if you haven't been paying attention and just seen what happens, wake the fuck up. But thanks for tuning in. But I don't believe in beating around the bush on certain things. Most things. Just about everything. That's my feeling about that. I think all politicians suck. But I think Democrats are fucking 1,000 times worse than Republicans, because look it up. Majority of Republicans come from the private sector because they're sick of the regulations and other shit that they try and go in there, and most of them have had real jobs, and very few of the Democrats ever have. They come out of college and go right into politics. Never lived in the real world. Usually spoiled rich kids too. You think AOC knows how anything really runs, you're a fucking fool. And you'll get what you deserve if you vote for that. Sad part is, some of us who don't vote for that will get it. So, that's where we're at. Bernie Sanders, whatever the fuck his name is. Motherfucker's been in politics his whole life. Never had a real job. Worth like 60 million now or something. 3 houses. Tax the millionaires. Whoa, wait, that changed when he became one. Now it's just tax the billionaires. What a fraud. You fucking morons who fucking think Bernie was the answer are just morons. You're not willing to pull your own weight, man. You don't deserve nothing. To expect other people to fucking support you is just... How anybody could think that. Fuck your compassion. It's the biggest bullshit thing in the world. Compassion. I don't wish anything bad on anybody, but to think other people should support you, and keep having kids when you can't afford them, shit like that. So many things. Eating shitty food and not exercising. Compassion. Fuck your compassion.
know death don't have no mercy in this land. I said death don't have no mercy in this land. In this land. They come to your house, you know it. Don't stay long. Look in the bedroom in the morning, children. Find your own mother gone. I said death don't have no mercy in this land. Death don't take no vacation in this land. I said death don't take no vacation in this land. In this land. Come to your house, you know it. Don't stay long. Look in the bedroom in the morning, children, and find your children. I said now death don't take no vacation in this land. All right, I'm learning that one. It's pretty easy. Not a lot of words either, but I obviously screwed a couple up. That's what they used to write songs about, though. Shit that happened in life. You know, and that's back written in probably the 20s or 30s when a lot of people died. Young and unexplained to them. You know? Get these diseases and die. And I'm not so sure that keeping people alive who are, and this is, you know, I understand, you know, that's kind of a cold thing to say or think, but, you know, like I said, I'm not sure, but keeping these people alive who it's really a burden on their family and their society to a certain extent. I don't know, you know, I'm not like definitive on anything there. Just, I think any sensible person kind of has thoughts of that nature, like, you know, is this worth it? You know, you see what the families go through. Like my mother at the end of her life, I mean, she lived to 85, but like the last 5 years of her life were just horrific, you know? Like she had like, I guess, Parkinson's or something. It was never really clearly defined. But like we'd put her in bed and she'd be screaming, you know? Like, help me! I mean, horrific, dude. Like, so she's suffering, and we're suffering, because go do that. Go make a tape of yourself screaming as agonizingly as you can, and put that on at top volume, and go try and watch TV in the other room, and see how that feels for you. It's real shit, you know? And you're annoyed because it's just annoying, no matter, it's your mother, and you feel all those things because it's your mother, but you're also like, just please stop, you know? And obviously she ain't feeling great. And it's like, oh, let's bring you down to the doctor. Oh, here's another pill. Doesn't make that stop, though. That's why I like this assisted suicide thing in Canada and stuff. It's crazy, and it seems like, you know, however the story's presented to you, like they're like, you know, they make it, and it may be true. Like if you just have had enough and want to end it, I don't know that that's something the government should be supporting or offering, but I do think there's compassionate suicides. You know, when a family together makes that decision, you know, like, and somebody's just suffered for a long time, and it's just like enough, you know, they don't want to go through it, and the family's like, I don't think anybody doesn't realize how momentous of a decision it is, but you're just like, it's not going to get better. It's not like there's a cure for a lot of these things, especially with the old age. And, you know, it's not like, oh, you can go out and run a mile next week when you're 81, you know? But those are life things that come up for a lot of people, and you got to face them and talk about them, and you can't just not admit the thoughts that you have about it. Like, this sucks. Fluff head. Fluffhead was a man with a horrible disease. That's about all I know. Lyrics. Fish with a PH. We've got it simple, 'cause we've got a band. We've got simple in the band. What is a band without simple? Simple is grand. We've got simple, 'cause we've got a band. We play simple in the band. That's a tough one. That was the first time I sang along with that little riff. I'm not sure. It feels like it changes there. It doesn't. before it goes into the what is a band without simple. Simple is grand. Well, in the sweet old country where I come from, nobody ever works, nothing ever gets done. Hang fire. You don't have any money, it's a full-time job. I don't need the aggravation, I'm a lazy slob. Hang fire. Hang fire, hang fire. Man, put on the wire, baby. Doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Well, I met her in a club down in Old Soho where they drink champagne, tastes just like cherry cola, C-O-L-A cola. She walked up to me and she asked me to dance. I asked her her name and in a better voice she said, Lola, hello, 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 Lola. I fell to the floor, I got down on my knees. And I looked at her and she at me. That's the way that I wanted to stay. I always wanted to be that way for my Lord. La, 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 la. Hello. Oh, nobody's said anything in a while. Somebody's out there. Somebody's out there. Thanks for tuning in. Just a cold morning here in Arcadia, Florida. My RV. My home. On wheels. It's not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I owned a house for about 5 or 6 years, and you know what? The pain in the asses of that just didn't feel worth it to me. I've just never had a lot of money, so if something goes wrong, and don't get me wrong, they go wrong with your RV too, but a house, like when you have a perfectly good roof and the insurance company decides just because it's 8 years old that you need a new roof, shit like that, no. If it starts leaking, okay. I can't disagree. But if it's still working fine, and that's how they do it. Those are the subtle things that the governments do. You know, they allow the insurance companies, or they pass laws like that, like, oh, we've decided that 8 years is the life of a roof, you know, or it has to be checked at that point. And if we find this, then that means that it is bad. It's all subtle shit like that that you don't think, that you think is like the insurance company doing it. And they are, but they're enabled to do it by the governments and stuff. These people are worthless pieces of shit. In my opinion, we need to eliminate all the politicians and all the people who openly aspire to be politicians. And then maybe we can see what we can come up with at that point. But people who just want to be politicians, they just want power over other people and money for nothing. They're worthless pieces of shit. That's why Trump is so good. He had his money, he here's what people don't get, and I swear I stand by this and I believe it. He wants to be considered the best president by people like me and the millions of us that there are. Yeah, he has that thing where he wants a Nobel Prize, and he does deserve it compared to the people who they give it to. And he also seems to want to be liked by the Democrats or something, but ultimately he just wants to be considered great by the people. And he's doing things that most normal people would be like, thank you. Those fucking losers in fucking Minnesota, you're losers. You are losers, Minnesota. You're bad people. You're bad people. I'm a rebel. So rebel. I'm a capturer. Soul adventurer. See the morning sun on the hillside. Yes, I'm a living man. I've got work to do. People, if you're not happy, you must be blue. I'm a rebel. Soul rebel. I'm a capturer. Soul adventurer. freaking cat over there just ripping apart. I hope it's just that reflector thing, not the actual upholstery. Which they've done. Got to have cayenne now. Got to have cayenne now. Got to have cayenne now. Holy rain is falling. Get up and turn me loose. Get up and turn me loose. Get up and turn me loose. Holy rain is falling. I feel so high, I even touch the sky above the pouring rain. I feel so good in my neighborhood, so here I go again. Got to have cayenne now. Got to have cayenne now. Which I do not have. Got to have cayenne now. Holy rain is falling. Get up and turn I loose. Get up and turn loose. Get up and turn loose. Holy rain is falling. He's amazed by the space heater. Feel so high, I even touch the sky above the pouring rain. I feel so good in my neighborhood, so here I go again. I wish I do have cayenne now. I do have cayenne now. Got to have cayenne now. Holy rain is falling.
wrote that. I think I was trying to play Red House or something. Just kidding. How cool a tune is that, though? It's funny because I don't know about you, but for me, you know, when you first get into Hendrix, you know, you're in junior high. For me, I was, you know, and you know, Red House is like, you know, it's like this deep blues that you want to hear Foxy Lady and Purple Haze, and then, you know, 30 years later, Red House is the coolest one. My favorite Hendrix tune is probably "Hear My Train A Comin'," which if you don't know it, check it out. It's on a lot of the live. And the beauty of it is, and it's not even it's the jam in that. You know, it's usually like an 8 to 10 minute tune, and the jam is just killer. He just fucking, it just turns into this, it's just a cool jam every time. In Machine Gun, I can get it first. I'm like, what do you mean that's the best one? It is probably the best one, Machine Gun, the tune. He actually does make it sound like a machine gun. No idea how that goes. I could come close if I was listening to it now, but I've never really learned it, so I can't just whip it out, so to speak. Be nice if I could, though. Do a nice acoustic version of Machine Gun. It'd be pretty cool. He was great. No doubt about it. After all the jacks in the boxes have all gone to bed, you can hear happiness. Footprints in the wind, it whispers. All the years combined, they melt into a dream. A broken angel sing from a guitar.
all this and broken dreams. Still a blue. Still a blue. It all rolls into one. Nothing comes for free. There's just the pavement left and broken dreams. When you hear that song, come crying like the night. Down on every broken that's ever been. Still a blue. Still a blue. I've stayed in every blue light, cheap hotel. Can't win for trying. Dust off that rusty strings just one more time. Gonna make them shine. Keep the lyrics to that down. One verse after that, which I think I already sang. You may not know that, but I know. And I've been meaning that. I mean, that's a song I've loved for a long time. I've heard 1,000 times. But it's one of those, the lyrics are somewhat ambiguous. As in, it's not, like there's a clear first verse that leads to the second verse, to the bridge, and a closing verse. Like, it's more subtle than that, so it's not, like, obvious. You know what I mean? Like Stairway to Heaven, I think I always use that as an example off the top of my head. That's a story. You kind of start it and you can kind of keep going because one part kind of follows the other for some part. And that might not be the best example, but just think of a song where you kind of start it and you kind of can keep going because the story kind of plays out that way, you know? Whereas Stella Blue is kind of just one of those brilliant Robert Hunter that it's all kind of just out of reach. What, open to your own interpretations. But when it goes to fucking playing it by yourself, all of a sudden the song you think you know really well, you're like, is that the first verse or the last verse? The third verse? That's what happens to me though. Specifically with that, that's like a beloved Grateful Dead Jerry Garcia song that I can play it, but I can't sing it yet without looking at the lyrics. And it's usually near the top of my pile. These are all my lyrics because I'm always working on that one. But I never work on it. But, you know, like I'll pick out like 5 or 6 songs that I want to work on, and that's always one of them, but that's like the one I don't get to. Because it's also a song you think about, you're playing outdoors, like at a bar or something, you know. You really got to have the audience in your hand to play a Stella Blue, so to speak, and have them listen. Not that you need them to listen, but you're just not going to be heard at all. But apparently it's not right there. Unless it's on the other side of that, no. See, I've tried to, in later years here, I go on both sides. So, you know, I got Standing on the Moon by the Grateful Dead, and The Wheel is on the back, which are 2 Grateful Dead songs. Then down the bottom, I threw in This Town by Neil Young, because there's only 4 lines to it. We'll play that one for you. But let me see if I can find Stella Blue, because I do want to work on that right now. So I've tried to, and believe me, I got hundreds of sheets of paper before I thought of doing that. You know, like here, I got Loose Lucy and Ship of Fools. So 2 Grateful Dead songs together. It's nice. But here I've got On a Night Like This by Bob Dylan. And on the back is I'm Hurting Inside by Bob Marley. And Polythene Pam by itself. Now, if you're going to play Polythene Pam, you're going to probably play Me, Mr. Mustard before it. Why the fuck I didn't put them together on the page? Because now if I can't get the words straight, even though there's not a lot, I got to have 2 pieces of paper up there instead of 1. See, now here I've got Simple Twist of Fate and You're a Big Girl Now. Both, this is a rarity, both from Blood on the Tracks from Bob Dylan. So not only the same artist, the same album. See, I thought about that one. See, now here I got The Last Time by the Stones, Moonlight Mile, with Rebel Rebel stuffed in there by Bowie. But that's Bowie's most Stones-like tune. Oh, we got to play that one too. Some of these you just have to play just so you know them well, but if you don't play them for a long time, the audience can suffer. Depending on your level of... Where the hell are you, Stella Blue? Thinking what I'm thinking? See, now this is a recent addition to my lyrics, and it's Back on the Train with AC/DC Bag by Fish. But then I threw Hey Good Lookin' at the bottom by Hank Williams, which I guess we'll work on that one. That's a recent addition. But you know, here I got Black Throated Wind by Bob Weir, the Grateful Dead, with Is Anybody Going to San Antone by Doug Somm on the back. Which I don't really play that. It's a great tune though. Rain dripping off the brim of my hat like I ain't got nothing on. Damn it. Oh well. I wanted to illustrate the lyrics, what I'm talking about, as well as just work on the song.
Hey Good Looking's just a great tune, you know. A lot of people do it. Hank Williams wrote it, so it's a doer. And that's one, you know, you got to have you kind of want to take control of your set list. So, you know, you want to have some songs everybody knows. You want to be the one to choose those, you know. You don't want to end up having to do an Alan Jackson song, you know. So I'll do like the most popular Hank Williams song and hope that that appeases people. When I then go into 20th Century Fox by the Doors. It was right there. It was the third song down. See now, you know, like this is Stella Blue. You know, all the years combined, they melt into a dream. A broken angel sings from a guitar. In the end, there's just a song, comes crying up the night through all the broken dreams and vanished years. That's verse 1. Now here's verse 2. When all the cards are down, there's nothing left to see. There's just the pavement left in broken dreams. In the end, there's still that song, comes crying like the wind down every lonely street that's ever been. Then there's the bridge, you know, I've stayed in every blue. And then the last verse is, it all rolls into one. Nothing comes for free. There's nothing you can hold for very long. And when you hear that song, comes crying like the wind, it seems like all this life was just a dream. Now there's a little bit of, as I analyze it right there, which I probably should have done 15 years ago, but there's a slight thematic progression there. You know, you're all the years combined, when all the cards are down, it all rolls into one. But not really. Any of those verses could really come anywhere. You know, like the second part of the verse, you got 4 lines per verse, more or less. In the end, there's just a song, is in the first verse. In the second verse, in the end, there's still that song. Then in the last verse, and when you hear that song. You know, unless you wrote that song, it's kind of... you really just got to know it. And I know that song really well, but when it comes to singing it, it gets confusing. But I think this little exercise I did right now is actually going to help in the long run. Electro? What is electro? Electric? Yes, but not as frequently. I find acoustic guitar is, you know, where you can just pick up your guitar and play. You don't have to plug in. Is where it's at. That's how I feel about that. I feel pretty strongly about that. As most of you know. Wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? Here it goes. I have a little box of all my picks that I can't find. I'm running low on picks, but I have a lot. I'm not asleep when I'm lying down. I'm asleep when I'm walking around this town. This town.
Some people think that it's not okay to sleep around and pass the time away. This town, it's okay. That's it. It's a great little melody, though. So simple. This is one of those ones where, like, after getting to know this album, kinda I think it's Broken Arrow by Neil Young, late 90s. But this melody was stuck in my head, and I had to find it. You know, go back over what I'd listened to. So simple. That's how Neil Young is so annoying. Because he does, all his shit is just, not all of his stuff is good, but I love him. But he has some just horrible songs, but majority are really good. But they're so simple. But that's not a pejorative. It's just like, how does he get them all? You know? Slowpoke, I'm gonna run to you. So long you doing all that you Thank you. Pretty it is. That's a lot of Neil Young's. The acoustic stuff is soothing. It's beautiful. I do play electric, but not as often. I find it, you just need to be able to pick up a guitar and play it without worrying about electricity, plugging it in. Slowpoke, I'm gonna run to Well, they say Santa Fe is less than 90 miles away. All got time to roll a number and rent a car. Oh, Albuquerque. I've been flying down the road. I've been dying to be alone, independent from the scene that I've known. Oh, Albuquerque. I'll pull over can. Find some fried eggs and country ham. Find somewhere where they don't care who I am. Oh, I love turkey. Great tune. Great album. Tonight's the Night. Hands down, indisputably the greatest Neil Young album. Remember Phil, up on the hill. What you need, bud? Look out, Joe! Coming home. What's up, bud? My boy. What's up, buddy? You going up there to sleep? You're in, bud. Do it. Do it! Do it now! What's the matter, sweetie? That's a happy cat right there. See that tail? The question mark. Uh-oh, we're down to 17%. I think the streaming kills it, or I have a virus, or both. What do we got? We're at 78 in here, huh? How come the other day it kept turning off? Like I set it to 75, and apparently when it got to 75, it would turn off. And I thought it was still at 75, but it's not turning off, and it's at 78. I don't know. It's only the second day I've really been using this. I bought this for somebody in my family like years ago. One of my parents. I think my mother probably. Specifically to bring down to Florida so she could have next to her at her chair. She didn't use it much. But here I am, and I'm talking like 20 years ago that it came back into play. There's a lot of things like that. Like, what are you hanging on to that for? And then it turns out like this. This is a great example. I don't even know what the fuck. I mean, it's an ewer. Is that what it is? E-W-E-R? Or a pitcher. But anyway, I just been holding on to it because it's in great shape. And then when I moved into the RV, the phone is leaning on my wall. I can show you. That's the water filter, a Berkey, which is the brand, the top brand to get. But anyway, you take the water, you're getting it out of at the connection here at the RV park, but you put it in there and it filters it. And the filters last for like 10 years. You know, there are these huge filters in there. But this is the perfect vehicle for filling that up out of the sink, and I just dump it in there. That's what I make my ice cubes and any water I'm going to drink or anything. You know? And so this is like something I use every day. And it just been something I had kept in a box since my folks died and held on to. Like, what am I keeping that for? And then it turns into like one of my most useful little things. Life is like that. Isn't it? So you just never know, I guess, is the story, the lesson. My disco ball, I had that in my college bedroom. We're looking for Albert Lee. I want to listen to some Albert Lee. I don't know where I put it, though. A lot of this over here is my Americana, so to speak, stuff. Roots music. You know, this is all leftover salmon. Oops. String cheese incident. Keller and the Keels. Keller and the Keels is good. Larry Keel's a kick-ass guitarist. And this is Gordon Lightfoot, Glenn Campbell. He's one of the greatest guitarists ever. Ben Harper. Corb Lund. The Trios, Dolly Parton, Emily Lou Harris, and Wiley in the West. You should check them out. They're the Western band. He was the original, the Yodel for Yoo-Hoo. That was Wiley. Then you got over here, you got the Tony Rice, Clarence White, Flatt and Scruggs, Ricky Skaggs, John Hartford. Oh, then we got a bunch of Zevon there, huh? Yeah, we'll move that. I got some other Zevon in another case here. So Zevon I would categorize as an LA artist, you know? And then this is Kaleidoscope, which is David Lindley, the band he was in before he was essentially the guitarist for Jackson Browne in the 70s. Played with Crosby and Nash. Specifically, when Crosby and Nash went on tour, he was the guitarist. As opposed to Crosby, Stills, and Nash when Steven Stills would play the lead, you know. You know what I'm saying. But I don't know if he played with them as in that configuration. Donald Fagen. Wasn't there another Steve Miller band here? Yeah, Donald Fagen right there. He's actually New York, but it's kind of... So we'll put that, and then we got room in there for more, because I got a bunch of Roots stuff we got to put in there. Jonathan Richman, Boston. From Arlington, Massachusetts. Todd Snyder. Chuck Leavell. What is this? Cracker. More Cracker and Todd Snyder. I got them somewhere else. Hardworking Americans. All right. Todd Snyder, we lost him unexpectedly last year. And somewhat still kind of shrouded in mystery what happened there. Kind of a controversial, unexpected death there. I'll show you what I'm doing here. Because I know you want to know. What happened to the music? Oh, now it's saying 0. Now it says pause, play. God damn it. What's going on here, man? Now it won't play at all. Oh, what a pain in the ass. Doesn't appear to be any damage to the CD. Oh, it's so annoying. See? No scuffs, no nothing. Not the best CD player. That's one of those ones. I bought this friggin', on Amazon, and in the picture it looked like it was going to be bigger. It worked.